who's going to be first pick and who's going to be second pick. And it looks like Rebellion first pick, Evo's Holy second pick.
Okay, based on the bans here, I do see Xborg, Luoyi, Ling being a priority ban coming from Rebellion, so they don't really want Anvil to be playing that. So that means they are going to open up heroes like Valentina as well as the Faramis potentially if they decide to go for it. But all in all, it seems
Angela?
like do they want to prioritize that Roger first, which is something that I think Rebellion has been doing that a lot when it comes to prioritizing their gold laners. And yeah, I can see the Angela, but yep, you're right. It is going to be the Angela priority coming from Rebellion.
And then pick up the Roger here because, again, the Roger is so flexible. You can put in gold, you can put in the jungle. Roger pick up. Now if you... Okay, Valentina, so that you can steal away the hard guard. One priority that we have seen shooting up as well is going to be the Terizla, where the Terizla is flexed between mid as well as EXP. Personally, don't like him mid, but I can still see a world where the Terizla is still very strong there. If not, maybe pick up your gold laner now before he gets taken out. Maybe they want a Natan. The Moskov is banned out, so priorities like Natan, Claude. Brody seems pretty strong, but we don't see a lot of teams picking it up just yet.
I think Beatrix is also a good mention, but so far, yeah, besides Beatrix as well, I think Clint is going to be one of those heroes that a lot of people I've seen being spammed in the ranked games as well, so they might consider bringing in the Clint just because of value true damage coming in from the team. But no, they're not going to pick Max first. They are going to pick their power picks. Baxia could be the priority, as well as the Yu Zhong. Yesterday's games, almost every single series, we've seen Yu Zhong make it into the second phase, the second stage of the first phase for first pick for almost every single team. So I think when it comes to this situation, you know, they like those crowd controls. They love to get very, very disruptive in team fights and then just peel them apart.
Right now, I'm wondering whether they want to pick up the... I think Assassins here is going to be very difficult, so I feel like you got to conceal that for a little bit. So it looks like they're going to prioritize the Grok. Again, the Roger can be flexed into the jungle, can be flexed into the gold. I feel at this point you might want to take out priority gold laners just so that you're forcing Rebellion into a bad pick, and then you can see whether the Roger can win against that matchup, or if somehow they find a hero that wins against the Roger, they can just switch the Roger into the jungle.
Now, 3 heroes that actually comes to mind right now in terms of previous power picks here is going to be the Matilda, Fredrin, as well as the Barats. Completely ignored by both sides right now. Not sure if Rebellion is going to decide to ban towards that direction here to have an easier matchup for this box here, or, like you said, maybe Evo's Holy might consider just bringing the Assassins here, which I think looks pretty hard here considering the fact that Grok is pretty much the only one going to be zoning based off this composition in the early phase of the game.
Looks like Rebellion is going to ban the Nolan because having the Boxy as well as Angela, looks like they have a pretty good comp to go up against the Fredrin. I would say a safer tank jungle for Evo's Holy would be the Akai. If they don't want the Akai, they can do something that they've done before, which is bringing in the Xborg jungle. So they can pick up Xborg in the 4th pick and then decide where they want to flex it into the EXP or in the jungle.
Huh. This is interesting. Seeing Rebellion has been leaning onto the usual healing composition here, they have adapted a very, very unique Ube strategy, right? Even in the games yesterday where Rebellion was going all against Monster Visions, they tend to like to go for very, very sustained compositions. Ruby is going to be something that they might consider bringing out to the table if they decide to play a Ruby robe and send the Angela as a mage role. Again, like I said, they are going to go lean towards a sustained composition, whereas Evo's Holy, they have to find a way to break those healings that are going to be coming from Rebellion Zion, but I don't know. It feels like Matilda was out of position. They don't really have a lot of sustains. Maybe Evo's Holy might consider just a burst composition where they just one-shot somebody and get out.
Right now, we already see the mid duo having the Valentina as well as the Grok. You would probably grab your EXP here just so that you have the flexibility. But in terms of EXP, I wonder what's strong here going up against the Yu Zhong now that the EDIF has been banned. I would say a strong neutral pick is the Terizla, but the Terizla does not win lane going up against the Yu Zhong.
I think it's either Benedetta, or Xborg coming in from Evo's Holy.
Xborg.
These are the 3 heroes that comes to mind for me if they are going to set it up for Fluffy for Evo's Holy. Do they want to get the XP right now? I don't think they should. They should prioritize on their jungler right now. Like, getting the Frederick right now wouldn't be too bad if they want to kind of mirror against the Baxia. But no, they go for the Alpha, so they are going to go towards the true damage here. So this is Animal on that Alpha.
Not sure I like it because historically he's not been performing well using the Alpha against this kind of composition as well. So many divers onto him. I don't know. I kind of feel like it is going to be very, very risky. Going up against the Baxia, I might even consider using the second talent to be Festival of Blood so that you can sustain a little bit more, because based on personal experience, I kind of feel like even War Axe is not enough for the Alpha to sustain going up against a Baxia.
Even with the new War Axe?
Definitely not enough. I've tested out the Baxia. Having the life bin as well, is not enough just yet. So again, primary marksmans here, Natan is still open. Either the Faramis as well. Yeah, I think just War Axe isn't going to be enough. Unless you do War Axe and you just go full damage. Then your healing will be enough, because if it's like a hybrid build, I don't think it's going to be enough.
I actually like the drafts coming from Rebellion, right? They've got so much sustains, they've got counter engagers as well, they've got a decent amount of CCs. As long as the Natan doesn't die, he's going to get free hits all the way through. Whereas Evo's Holy, you've got this Alpha, which I think the idea is to sustain through and also potentially dish out a decent amount of true damage. So if they want to double down on this, bringing the export isn't too bad. But again, they're not going to be able to outlast Rebellion in all these team fights.
I feel like you need a Benedetta, a Lapu Lapu, something that can dive in and destroy the Netherrealm quickly. So they're going to pick up the Lapu Lapu here. I kind of feel like between both drafts, Rebellion has the easier draft to pilot. Evo's Holy, they have a lot of conditions to be met. If the Roger can snowball out of control with a Sky Piercer, then the win condition is heavily going towards Evo's Holy, just snowballing the game, making it so that the Natan doesn't get his Holy Crystal. But I don't know. Rebellion, they just have to play a normal game, while Evo's Holy, they got to play against a condition that Brands has to do well.
Okay, this is a very, very tough win condition, right? Like you said as well, it comes down to Brand snowballing on this Roger. That means that he needs to be able to win his first 4 or 5 minutes of the game and then snowball out of control, while Rebellion Esports is just gotta wait and chill and wait for the power spikes.
Yeah, I'm thinking Brand should think about skipping his boots and then go straight for the Sky Piercer just to make sure that he gets it by the 3rd minute, so that he can actually burst down using the Natan. Because if he doesn't and is waiting for a while, I don't know, looking like more of a Rebellion game.
Well, let's take a look here, because this is going to be the first series of today here, where we decide to find out who is going to be the ones that advance further here in the last chance qualifier. This is going to be Rebellion Esports going up against Evo's Holy, game number 1 in these upper brackets.
And now we're looking at both junglers starting on the orange buff, so they won't be really looking at each other, but I kind of feel like Vincent really wants to go inside of the jungle, try to see if he can still camp. If he can't, it's totally fine, because going up against NFL using this Alpha is definitely punishable whenever he's going up against a Yuzong that's having the War Cry. The War Cry is going to make it so that he wins the lane quite well, and then going into the turtle phase, it's not going to be a good time for Evo's Holy to deal with the 8% extra damage coming in from the Yuzong.
Oof, that's a lot of damage here, especially in the early stage of the game, right? Like, Yuzong isn't that super strong in level 1, but once he gets to level 2, level 3, this is where he has to respect it. And on top of the Wall Cry, it's something that he has to be a little bit more patient. Even see here as well, Cars is starting to just harass Fluffy because of this, which is a little bit annoying here. Neville starts to hit his 4. He's looking to try and potentially start his first invade, but it's still shy away from 2 minutes from this penalty into the jungle penalty.
Yeah, looking at the top lane, it does look like NFL wants to try a gank here, but the Boxa is already there. They're going on to Fluffy. NFL wants to fight back. He's really thinking about it.
Oh, he's got the 4. He's looking to go in for the pull as well, but they're taking a little bit too much damage. Sway low, chunks them down low with a huge margin. Fluffy, first of all, that's going to be first blood in the hands of Rebellion Esports.
That's going to set up quite a big situation here, because Rebellion now, they have priority over the turtle. NFL has used his Spear of Alpha as well, so there's no way for him to get inside of the turtle pit. I feel like Dreams has to let this go. Don't trade too much HP here because Rebellion's going to get this for free. Now, EVO's Holy, they got to play from a deficit.
Now, this is a great start here from Rebellion. You get and see they're immediately trying to pressure down mid lane here. Dreams has no choice but to recall back. And throughout all this fight, Dreams was nowhere in position to secure his level 4. So that's going to be a very, very huge factor for him if he needs to actually, you know, counter-engage for the team, which unfortunately Rebellion Esports was just a little bit quicker.
It's unfortunate that EVO's Holy allowed Rebellion Esports to pick up an early Baxia as well as an Angela. It makes it so that a lot of the tankier junglers not really usable because Fredrin is really relying on his regen, and having the life bane and the sustained healing coming in from AudiTZ makes it so that Fredrin is not really viable. Akai is viable-ish, but it's also one of those heroes where you can potentially make a mistake on. NFL on this Alpha, again, historically on the Snapdragon Pro Series hasn't been doing quite well. We've seen him miss the Spear of Alpha, so that's not a good start here.
Well, in this case, EVO's Holy, they shifted their focus right now. Instead of prioritizing Annabelle, they are going to be making sure that Brands has a good lane. In this case, he just got his Sky Piercer. So would he start to get out of control? But the question here is, can anyone peel for him?
They don't have to peel. Dreams already has his ult. He can really just go down, use his ult, and then let Brands finish it off. And have one other person there as well. Because confirming Brands 2 kills can snowball his lane out of control. Dreams is there, have 100%. It doesn't matter if it's Clockun, if it's Annabelle, they can do it. But so far, the setup is not there just yet.
Oh, it's going to be a little bit difficult as well. They are Rebellion Esports giving up a lot of map control down middle as well top lane, shifting their focus with this Angela, making sure that this gold lane is going to be secured by B. But again, you know, that's the plus side of Rebellion, right? Like, this Heartguard, if it's available, he can join the fight anytime soon. But in this case, you see Rebellion already standing things up for this turtle. Dreams gets a nice reset, so that's going to buy a little bit more time. But again, for what?
Yeah, a little bit of mistake coming in from Vincent, trying to leash the turtle that far away. Usually against the Grok, you want to go inside the turtle pit. Light Dragon form used, finds Annabelle.
Well, now they are going to try and zone them off as well. Petrified to try and harass his way through. Heartguard's up onto his hit, but Annabelle is so tanky. But Fluffy is going to want to set the tone for the turtle fight here. That means EVO's Holy is going to be go time. They get the counter to the realm, and now they flip the table, they turn the tide, and Rebellion is going to be the ones that back off. There's just so much damage, and Annabelle somehow manages to get away with 1 kill in this fight.
That was Clockun being clutch. And looking at the bottom lane, the Natan is almost get taken down by Brands. Brands was able to win that 1v1. It looks like he's going to have a lot of HP here getting taken down. And he might even get the entire turret here, especially because Dreams is there, potentially slowing them down. But no, Brands is going to exit. He's not going to risk his life trying to get this tower. And no, he doesn't get it.
Oh, Dreams? Okay, he got cancelled. But again, you know, that was a really good fight for EVO's Holy. Yeah, like, I was expecting Rebellion to potentially win that, but Annabelle getting on top of everyone and not dying is just a force to be reckoned here. And it seems to me he just got his War Axe as well. So it makes a lot of sense of where sustainability is coming from here.
We see 2 War Axe on EVO's Holy and 2 Glowing Wand. Looks like a rush for the Glowing Wand after the absence of the Necklace of Durance, skipping the Enchanted Talisman. So it looks like for both Rebellion as well as EVO's Holy understands the potential of healing for both sides. So prioritizing that Glowing Wand to make sure that the team fight isn't as extended as it's supposed to be.
Yeah, this is really good for EVO's Holy. Like, once they got that, it makes a lot of sense why the Angela heals doesn't really heal that much anymore. And this kind of stops the tempo. And I like how, because of this item power spike coming from EVO's Holy, they were able to win the trade, which forces Rebellion Esports from getting super out of control. But as of yet, we haven't seen a single kill of our Brands yet, so that Sky Piercer hasn't been seen to make a lot of work yet.
Yeah, but still, EVO's Holy almost 3,000 gold over 1 team fight victory. Shows their presence in the map, and the bottom lane, the tower is still standing. The moment they get that tower, they're going to have a big spike of gold as well. Now Vincent has to contest for the turtle, but NFL is already on that. It looks like he's not going to be able to contest.
Okay, Vincent pops into toys for Sons, but he is going to drop a little bit too much damage here. Hardguy comes in, but it doesn't matter. He gets bursted down rather quickly. Now here comes the Black Dragon with the Hardguy on top of it. EVHL will just settle with just Vincent, and that's a big win for Annabelle.
You know, all the while looking at the top lane here, it looks like Dion and Anton is going to get isolated with the tower, so he's probably going to get that tower for free. But EVHL, they want this mid lane turret to make sure that they have a big opening inside of the jungle of Rebellion. So EVHL is winning by a lot here, and Rebellion, they're just trying to get trades wherever they can on the map.
Yep, very, very good stuff here coming from EVHL here. Now, with a little bit of pressure here, Annabelle, look at him. He's going to try and out-sustain this here. The Toys for Sons is used on Vincent, but it doesn't matter. He got chain stun. The Nether Realm comes in. It's a little bit too late to save the day. Both sides use their own Nether Realm. But again, under pressure is going to be Rebellion here. Look at this. Annabelle looking for the flank angle. He has the ultimate here. He's going to try and go Spirit Alpha. He misses, but it doesn't matter. They're taking a little bit too much damage here. But somehow, Suelo is able to find a trade as well. But D will fall in the process. And Rebellion Esports, they trade 1-for-1. But a gold lane for a jungler.
Yeah, I feel like Rebellion, even they weren't expecting that much damage to come out of EVHL, because we saw Suelo was very late with his Nether Realm, because he was like, yeah, I probably still have a little bit more time before he gets super low. And then after that, it's just both teams being forced into a fight. And Brands definitely tried to optimize his Sky Piercer by getting as many people low as possible, but Suelo is making it a little bit difficult. Same as Auditizi, healing people up, making it so that it's hard for him to burst.
Oh no, speaking of bursting here, Fluffy forced to pop out here, but no, D will be able to snipe him at the edge, and that's going to be a kill in the hands of Rebellion Esports. They are able to push back now, and that's a big, small victories that Rebellion Esports need to kind of have that breathing space that they need.
It's a good victory because it's able to delay the game, and Rebellion, once they have Holy Crystal onto D, he's going to be dealing quite a lot of damage, and he will be able to burst down the Nether Realm very, very quickly. So EVHL, they're in a very good lead right now, but they do have to be careful allowing Rebellion Esports to get into their power spike.
Ooh, speaking of power spikes here, no flickers up on the side of EVHL for this Lord Dance. So it seems to me they might try and bait this out before this next Lord comes in. Rebellion as well, they're waiting up on the perfect execution. In this case, Suelo, 25 seconds on the flicker. And I don't think they want to risk this fight anytime soon unless they find someone out of position. Clawgood gets the Nether Realm, but the Lord drops down a little bit low, so it seems to be Black Dragon comes in. They are going to try and force the fight. Annabelle going to be a point of interest here. They go for Petrify, but Annabelle with the Spirit Alpha still gets the Lord. And now with the counter Nether Realm as well, Evo, they're just dropping like flies, so much damage, and Brent is able to mow them down one by one. But Suelo is able to get a big Ghostbusters and turn the tides. And seems to me it's only Brent left alone. He's getting kited around, but eventually Rebellion still comes out on top. What happened?
That was a wipeout. I have to ask the same question. The EVHL had so much HP getting traded by the Lord. I don't know. I mean, like, I saw NFL go in, and I saw that Clawgood use the Nether Realm to make sure that they are not taking too much damage. I don't see a Holy Crystal on D just yet, but I guess the simplest way to say it, Carlos was the big difference maker because he dealt a lot of damage and a lot of kiting coming in from Rebellion Esports with the healing coming in from Auditizi. It really helps a lot.
Oh, Desperation's coming from Fluffy to try and make a play here, but it looks like the disengage comes in. Zipper, we got to pull out the replay here on what happened here because that was a very chaotic fight coming from both sides because that is something that I think it looked really good on EVHL's side to actually start to engage and win the Lord, but it seems like I think Suelo was the guy that just was able to find like 5-man Ghostbusters and just chunked them down so low to a point that EVHL just wasn't expecting the amount of sustains coming from Rebellion Esports.
Something that I wonder is because Karas, the Yuzong, he didn't receive a lot of damage, so perhaps EVHL just completely avoided him. And Vincent goes in. Oh, they want Dreams.
Dreams. He might be in trouble as well, but the Nether Realm is going to be able to save them as well. They're all kiting down. The Black Dragon has been used to try and zone them out. Annabelle looking for the finish. He was able to trade off Suelo, but at the same time, Brad's going for the finisher. Gets a triple. But look at this, Cars with the Hearts God. He's just so tanky, doing so much damage. He's able to trade 50-50s, but on top of it all, despite all that, Rebellion Esports, they trade 3 for 3, but Suelo has a very, very small small spawn timer.
I like that now Auditizi is like, okay, you know what, forget you guys, I'm just going inside the Yuzong. This Yuzong with the War Cry, oh my goodness, deals so much damage. The fact that he has a Hunter Strike as well, we gotta look at the instant replay here and look at the Yuzong. He is gonna be surviving because of the Netherrealm. Gets out, and then look at the amount of damage that he's able to put in once he's inside the fight because he gets the War Cry stacks, 8% extra damage. He at this point, he might as well just build the Sky Piercer just to end the fight that much sooner.
I think even that fight as well, EVO's Holy, they thought they could have won the fight, right? Think about it. Annabelle was able to connect so much damage on the backlines here, but the only one that was not focused here was the Yu-Jong. So they killed 3, they should have won, but again, when a Yu-Jong with Angela in play, how do you kill that? Think about it. Like, he does so much damage, he's got so much sustains, he's got the heals from the Angela. It feels like EVO's Holy is put in a spot where the only way for them to actually start the fight is that they need to pick Auditizi before the fight even begins.
And again, we talked about the condition where Brands has to do very, very well early in the game. This is mid-game, so even though he's doing well now, the timing is a little bit off. Speaking of a little bit off, looks like EVO's Holy got one person from Rebellion Esports, unknown who.
Oh no, they forced the Netherrealm, the most awkward situation here. And now Rebellion Esports, they are going to try and interject. Fluffy is going to be the first one to fall. And the rest of EVO's Holy just not prepared for that fight. Rebellion Esports comes up on top, but again, Heartscott now kind of wean off right now. They are going to try and heal back up. And as you can see, the pull coming in from Sway Low, dragging Clockun in. No chance to try and capitalize on this. Rebellion, they get the full reset, and EVO's Holy now has to do this 3v5. Thor down towards half HP. Annabelle looking for the Steel's Dreams, trying to go for the reset. Annabelle forced to use the Spirit of Alpha to get out to safety. So that's going to be the Lord Secure Dreams now. Stranded goes for the wall charge, flickers out of there. But can he escape? Vincent doesn't clap the stun. The immunity saves his life. And he is going to be A-OK. But Rebellion still comes up on top.
Oh yeah, on top for sure. The Lord has spawned down bottom lane. Fluffy taking a bit of damage coming in from D. It looks like the Lord is going to be a non-factor because Annabelle is already there to deal with it. Oh, but look at this. Cars wants to fight back.
Oh, bottom lane there. Cars and the Angela fighting against Annabelle. He's trying to out-sustain this. We do see a little bit more damage here. Annabelle somehow drops Cars down low, but he's alone, all by himself. No backup whatsoever. Brent's thinking about helping him out, but guess what? He gets caught out of position, and he will fall too. Rebellion Esports finds not one, but 2 big key players for EVO's Holy.
It's unfortunate, but Brand's timing is off. Like, he wants to make himself a big deal right now after the Holy Crystal being built by D. Off timing.
Oh, it's going to be tough now. Fluffy being caught off as well. Now the Netherrealm to try to secure things. Dreams gets picked apart. Double kill for D. Clockun all by himself. It's going to be a wipeout there. And Rebellion Esports flips the table, turns the tide, and takes game 1 against EVO's Holy. What a turn of events.
Rebellion dropping the #2 team from MPLID for 1 game,